Hello, everybody, and welcome to the course. We start tomorrow. It's an important day. Dr. Martin Luther King, very important person in society. It's great that we take a day to observe and remember his accomplishments. That's just fantastic. We also start our course tomorrow, which is not as fantastic, but I'm pretty excited. And most of us have off. So hopefully you can get a head start. If you haven't read the syllabus, the Read Me First, the course guide, and if you haven't obtained the textbook, do that right away. And then I need you to go over to the Best Practices Cafe and go ahead and make an introductory post. Almost everyone's done that, but take some time just in the next 24 hours. Reply back to people, see what you have in common. This is our chance to kind of get to know each other without starting to respond to academic questions and opinions and choices, and it's just really anything goes, whatever you want to talk about, to reply to someone. I've replied to everyone I think so far. I'm about to pop on and reply to any others that I haven't yet. So make sure you get those done. But I want to give a little guide for Module 1 because a lot of you haven't taken an online course before. I think there's one student in here that I've taught before, and I'm excited to have him back. But for the rest of you, it seems like you've done a hybrid course, but you've so far only done face-to-face or hybrid. This is going to be different. This is my face-to-face, so you get to see how I talk and what I say. But I want to make sure that everybody knows that there are three things due in this module. Number one, discussion board. You should be making all of your original posts sometime before this weekend, most of them at least. And then during the week after, you need to reply back to somebody's post. And you should use sort of the, that was good, but did you think about this? And that was also good type of reply. We need to be critical, but not in a personal way, but professionally challenge each other's thinking. A lot of the posts are, what did you think was the most important? So you can say, wow, I didn't think about that, but did you consider this? Or choices for example, you might have picked trust for a characteristic of a learning community, but someone else didn't. You might ask, well, how does trust fit into this? Because I see an opportunity for X, Y, and Z to happen, and what are you going to do? So let's be critical because it's going to help us have better thinking and stronger papers, but let's not be personal because we're all here to learn. Now, that being said, I'm going to be critical. I'm going to play devil's advocate, and I'm going to be on the boards a ton. That does not mean I'm mean. It doesn't mean I don't like you, and it doesn't mean that I expect you to be on the boards as much as I am. Since it's not face-to-face, I'll be on the boards a ton because I think that's why you're paying good money to take this course. If it were me, I would want to know my professor was reading everything that I posted. So discussion boards, post early. Make sure you comment back and reply because that's required for every thread. And then at the end, go back and comment some more. There is a minimum requirement you can read about, but doing more than that will help our class move along really nicely, and it makes my job a lot more fun. There is one post that's related to the second requirement, which is a deliverable. This deliverable is a lot of thinking. It's important because it will set up the entire rest of the course, and it goes right from one of our threads that you should get into very early. I think it's the third thread after the chapter reading. Start thinking about it. I'll post in a few days to remind you about this. But we need everyone to give feedback on each other's papers, and so I think it's Monday that I set up next week where everyone should post a draft. It can be incomplete, but put something up about what you're writing, either close to a finished product or maybe a bulleted list or something, so that people can say, hey, well, did you think about this? Did you think about that? I won't be replying on those, but I will be reading it, and I'll be looking for you to incorporate some ideas from your peers in that final project, which is due midnight Sunday in 2 weeks, the last day of the module. If you need flexibility, let me know. I'm okay with flexibility in advance. I'm not okay with flexibility last minute, like at 10 o'clock at night on Sunday. You guys are grad students, so I expect you to be responsible, but please communicate with me. Finally, we have a learning log, and you want to make posts in your learning log throughout the module. You should make your first post sometime this week, your next post sometime over the weekend or early next week, and then the last post in the end of the week. You can read about all of these requirements by going to the module page, and you should do that tomorrow or Tuesday, and read the objectives, what materials you'll need, and links for papers, and download all those things that you need. And it has strategies and guides. I wrote all this myself, Every word is there to try to help you. Please read it. Has information about the forum, the discussion board, the learning log, and the deliverable. And I want you to read all that. In many cases, you can even get to the rubric on there and see exactly what I'm going to grade you on. Now, final point. I know this is the first time for online learning for a lot of you, but it's going to be fun. I'm going to be here with you. You can text, email, Skype, phone call. I'll meet you. I'm all over Maryland and Pennsylvania all the time. So if you need help, please ask. I can't help you if you don't ask. I won't know what to do if you don't tell me what you need. So I hope it's a great experience. I'm really looking forward to it. Make sure you've watched the first video, because characteristics and conditions are 2 vocabulary words in our course that are very important. I discuss a little bit about the difference in the post before this, so if you're on my YouTube page, just look at the one right before this video. Hey, I'm sorry this video is so long. In the midweek, I'll give reminders on what to do. I'm going to show you how to submit things on Blackboard so you know where to submit the final project. And I'm going to talk a lot about your decision making for how you define a learning community and what your characteristics are. The board post should help you get on those right away. That's the best way to prepare. But as we get to next weekend, you want to start thinking about that paper and your draft. And it's not hard paper to write, it's a hard paper to think about. And it will set the stage for the rest of the course. Hope you made it to the end of the video. It's an expectation. I'll see you on the boards. Good luck.